All right. So, I guess we'll start off with it's a rainy, crappy day.
Again?
Again.
In Arizona?
Every day, month and a half. We've got lakes all around us. It's been raining for day after day after day after day after day after day.
We came up here to get out of the cold and go to the sunshine where it's supposed to be 70, 75 every day. It's not been that.
Never.
It's been 70 a couple of times.
It's been 80 once. Once or twice.
I thought that was in New Mexico.
Oh yeah, it was, but I think it was here one day, like when we first got here, first got here.
When we were on the BLM,
But yeah, Phoenix is a joke. It's flooded. It's been crap. We've been here a month and a half almost exactly because it's time to pull out of this place.
Yeah.
And we've been 14, so we're just shy of a month and a half. Plus we stayed an extra day at one of the places, but
yeah, who cares?
We forgot what day, whatever.
Well, you lose track of time. You don't know.
You did,
I don't even know.
we did refigure it once we left. It was like, I think we stayed there an extra day.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So we wanted to talk today about our Lance travel trailer that we purchased back in September.
End of September.
We like a lot of things about it. We loved it that when we first saw it. We kept going back to it, and we're like, God, that's a lot of money. I don't know if we want to spend that much. And so we looked around and looked around and looked around, and we kept going back and looking at it.
The Lance was the only camper I thought looked elegant.
Yeah, like it's really the interior and the design of it and fit and finish. Everything's wonderful inside. I mean, I never get tired of looking at it. I think it's really pretty.
Yeah, well, like these are really nice. Nobody else had these leather. You're paying for them. The cabinetry is really nice. Quit reading. The wood, even though it's stickery and fake and whatnot, and we'll get to it later, but there's some blemishes here. I'm finding out that this is pretty, but if you look really close, they make some of it look pretty, but it just has a comfy feeling.
Yeah, it feels like home. It really does.
The ones that have the full wraparound dinette are incredible. I wish we could have. I wish they made the model we bought with the full.
Yes.
Then we'd be. I don't care if the whole thing falls apart because the dinette we have with the auto, it seems to work for us, but I think if we would have had the full wraparound, we would have enjoyed it more.
It just looked cool. It was like it didn't have
Sexy.
the fabric on it. It just had the leather type
Everything
stuff.
was leather. Sexier than, yeah. Their design engineers are goofy.
And why wouldn't you keep that in all of them?
Why would you put the cheap fold-up table?
I don't know.
It was the only thing. We didn't want to buy this because of that, and
that's why we kept going back and forth and back and forth. And we were like...
But the one with the couch that had the cool dinette, we didn't like the couch because we couldn't, like... Look at each other. You can't
and
look at
it was a couch that had, like, you could recline in it, but...
I think it turned into a bed.
But you were just like this. It wasn't, like, real comfy.
Yeah, and it was weird. It had, like, a hook in it.
Yeah.
And the hook went this way like you were... I guess if your door was open, I don't remember. I just kept thinking, wow. But yeah, as far as just, and the fit and finish, like, these are so tight that they just put a little tiny bead of caulk everywhere. Everything seems like it's tight. Some of the other ones had trim here and there to fake you out. These might too, but there's a lot of little, it just... The bedroom feels sexy, especially with the lighting.
Oh, yeah. I love all the mood lighting.
The mood lighting's good. Yeah, well, I don't understand why ours isn't mood lit the way some of the other ones were, because some of those other ones, man, the lighting was just spectacular. I'm not a big fan of the lighting in here. You are. I think it's okay. Lighting isn't that big of a deal to me, but that one we sat in.
The bedroom lighting I really like, but we don't use that very much.
We just sleep in there. Well, sort
we
of.
might do other stuff in there, but the lighting's pretty cool.
It was pretty good. We were also expecting everything to work really good, which meant that we liked the exterior. I like the look of it. I've got pictures where I'm parked next to other campers, and the Lance looks like it's 10 times the money. And I'm talking about when I parked in that storage next to that whatever that thing was. It's just, it was like
I think it was
something that
Wildwood or something.
I don't know, something nice, old school camper. But I had an old school Terry, but my old school Terry was kind of like this nice. But anyway, I like the rims. I kind of like the low profile, and I like the tongue weight. It had a low tongue weight, 600 pounds. You didn't have that very often. I like the lightness of the camper. I like the fact you could... This model was the only model we could put 1,500 pounds in. For some reason, the rest of the Lances were 600 pounds. There's no way we could have done that. No way we could have done 600 pounds. We can't barely do 1,500 pounds. But we like that. We like that a lot. Anything else you got there on your little...
I like that there's plenty of storage and...
lots of storage,
self-closing drawers in the kitchen. You just open them and then they just go back in. I mean... You
just
tap them.
Tap them a little and that's nice. I think a lot of other brands had that. Winnebago, I think, had that.
The insulated vent covers.
Yeah, the insulated vent covers that go over the vents is a nice bonus. We use them every night.
The pull-out storage on the outside and the battery disconnect.
Battery disconnect's huge. And we wouldn't be able to use our microwave with our generator if I didn't have a battery disconnect. I have to disconnect the battery to use the microwave, otherwise it's too many amps. Weird, but...
So, that's kind of one thing we don't like is the microwave. We just don't really use it because of that. I mean, we will on occasion use it, but it's just...
Once a month. But, the microwave, the kitchen appliances and stuff weren't really a selling point. Supposedly, we've got the better refrigerator. I don't know. Weirdly enough, we have a Norcold refrigerator, but everything else is Dometic.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And a lot of that stuff, I don't know.
We like the window glare shades. It keeps the sun out. We like the floor, the toughness of the flooring. I love
the windows.
Yeah, we love the windows.
There's a ton of them. That was one of our main things. Lance is the only one that
got a window like everywhere except for the bathroom. I kind of wish there was one in the bathroom, but...
There's nowhere to put it.
I know. There isn't.
And the bathrooms...
The bathroom's small. It's very small, but...
Thank God.
You get your job done in there. You take a shower. You got a sink. You got a toilet. You got a
She
vanity.
wishes she had a better bathroom.
I do, but I'm used to it now. I'm totally used to it. I'm fine with it. I can do everything I need to do in there. I don't have a lot of room to move around.
We love that you can't see in the windows, the tinted double pane windows. They're double pane windows, and I think they're both tinted because you cannot see in this unless you get I mean, if you're outside and we're in here and it's bright, you ain't seeing in this camper.
You might be able to see in at night when the lights are on and stuff.
The double pane windows, I think it's a gimmick. I don't think they work. They're also kind of they always have moisture. I mean, that's just a camper deal, but I would think double pane windows shouldn't have moisture.
Yeah, I don't know, you probably can't see it, but
this
is all wet right now.
Yeah, well, it's the weather. It's the weather, and I'm not... Anyway, anything else good about this thing that you saw with her?
We like the
solid
walls.
The wallpaper is kind of 70s to me. I don't know.
It's a neutral color, so it kind of just,
moisture everywhere. I'm not too impressed with that part of campers. I'm going to just throw in something. This thing condensates, and it condensates bad. I mean, like...
That's on our bad list, so...
That it is on our bad list, but that's unavoidable. We have the heater on, but I'm getting water off
I
of
have
walls.
water over here, too, on my wall.
You go into any cabinetry and there's water. You wipe the wall and your hand's wet. Why? When did that happen?
And it's not just because of the rain, because when it wasn't raining, when we first got this, we felt that.
We were down at Iron Horse.
It was actually pretty warm.
It was actually beautiful, and we were feeling water inside our closets. Mm-hmm. Why is my camper sweating when it's nice?
Yeah.
I mean, that condensation is caused by warmth and cold, but this camper's not built properly. But I don't know what that Asdale or whatever this supposedly great stuff. Supposedly this camper can't rot out. That was one of their selling points, but then again we were lied to about quite a bit of stuff.
Well, they said it's got... What is it that has that most campers don't? Like, it doesn't have wood. It has...
Supposedly there's no wood in anything but the floor, but that's the part you don't want to rot. But anyway...
I don't know the details, but that's one thing that sold us on it, is that the roof and the walls were going to last forever.
So when we were looking at these, we loved the look and the feel. And we figured if we are ever going to be... And thank goodness... See, we both thought we were never going to be in our camper.
That's a lie.
We've been in our camper for a month and a half because Phoenix, Arizona sucks.
So thank God we got a camper that we like to be inside.
Because we're inside.
Because if we didn't, we had a shitty one and there was...
Well, see, like when we were at Iron Horse and we stayed in that one guy's, I don't know, I'm not going to mention any brand names, but I did not, I could not have... That thing with
I didn't think it was that bad.
Wow.
But I'm not real particular if I think something kind of looks nice and I like it. But
it was terrible,
I didn't
man.
look at how it was, like how the wood was and shit. I mean, we basically just sat in there. He had his TV on and we just had a drink.
Classic dinette. It just looked like every single other camper we looked at. We looked at campers for months.
We looked at so many campers.
We looked at every camper.
That I was totally sick of it. And I was at the end of my rope and I'm like, either we got to shit or get off the pot because I'm sick of looking at these campers every weekend.
No
I'm
like,
we got to do this. If we're going to do this, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We got to take the step. Because I thought we were just spinning our wheels and looking and looking and looking and never making a decision.
Well, in our defense, we looked at every single camper available except for Airstream, and we knew we weren't going to pay $100,000 for an Airstream packed full of Dometic and Norcold crap. I mean, all this stuff. It's all, every camper, the cheesy crap campers all the way up to Airstream, they still are packed full of the Dometic stove, the Dometic oven, the Dometic, the stuff that matters, that's going to cost you a lot of money down the road. It's all the same crap, from the cheapest piece of crap all the way up to the most expensive.
So, yeah, so we settled. Not settled.
Yeah, we settled.
Well, we might have settled, but we didn't think we settled. We thought we were getting the top of the line, high quality, and we were going to be set to go for a few years without having anything major happen.
Yeah, because I lived in a camper for 2 years, and then my daughter lived in it, and I never had one issue. Never had to fix anything, never found a screw laying around, never had to tighten or fix or do. It just ran for years, and it ran sub-0 degree cold, before Arctic packages. Didn't matter. None of my stuff split or broke because I lived in it. But it was flawless for years. So I thought, back then, a decade ago, if they had it figured out then, it should be really good by 2020. But anyway, when we were looking at this and loving it, before we even bought it, all the vent covers were like bent, smashed in. They were like mangled. Like some guy went up there and got up the ladder and stomped the... So And then there was the black slag. I call it slag, like welder's slag. It's like a grayish black thing. The shower was, covered with it.
The inside of it was just spotted all over
everywhere.
The place with that
I mean,
stuff.
it disappeared here and there, but it was on the ceiling. It was everywhere.
Well, that was when we were looking at it, and so they said, "Yeah, we're going to detail this out. We're going to clean everything, make sure everything's all ready to go."
Well, they blamed it on the move. They
Wow.
said when you bring the thing from California halfway across the United States, it gets dirty. They called it shipping. Anything wrong with it happened during shipping.
Right.
It came out of Lance pristine, and it rode on a magic air bubble but they blamed it on the transportation. Was anything wrong with it was due to transportation.
Right. Yeah.
And they were going to fix it and put the.
They were going to make everything great for us.
If Lance is charging the money for these vents, I don't know if Lance uses these crap, cheap, garbage vents and stuff, but
or if the dealer
screwed us, because Lance does use nice stuff in nice areas, way nicer. The skylights are nicer in this than they ever were in those other crappy ones. The lighting, everything's more modern and I don't know. But
anyway, so we saw that, and then so they said they're going to take care of it, and then we're like, okay, and they're like, give us 2 weeks and your camper will be ready.
Well, and while we're on the skylights, I don't like that after we bought it, they condensate. Just like the walls. We've had to have pans under this one.
Yeah.
We've had to have pans because it just sits there and drips.
It hasn't lately, though, but maybe that's because we put that cover on there.
Well, I put that cover on, but it still dripped after I put that cover on. Wildwood. Iron horse, whatever, but these things still drip. It hasn't in a while, but we have had it still drip on the floor.
Anyway, so then we went to go get our camper to sign a financial agreement to pay for this camper, and getting ready to get our camper hooked up to our expedition. So we're there to get our camper. We're all super excited, and the guy shows us how to work most things on the camper, and getting ready to hook up our expedition to the camper, and Smart Jack doesn't work. It just kept going, and they're like, "Oh, it worked earlier."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Okay."
And the awning lights
didn't work, and so they're like, "We'll get it fixed up. Can you give us an hour, whatever?" And then we came back, and they put a new, supposedly Smart Jack on it and fixed the awning lights. So
we got to pull it out. Another thing I don't like about this Lance, it pulls like crap to me. I don't know. I had that Terry. I used to rock and roll it up the gorge 60 mile an hour. Never knew it was back there. Yanked it all over. Never noticed it was easy. Everything was easy about it. I don't really like the way this thing pulls. I always know it's back there. If somebody passes me, I feel it. I don't know if that's the torsion, suspension, low to the ground, the shape of it. I don't know. It is what it is, but it doesn't pull as good as my old Terry did. I'll tell you that much. My Terry was rock solid. Never knew it was back there.
So we've been doing this for 3 months now, and found a lot of other things have been bad and went wrong on our Lance. The first thing,
just all the time.
Smart Jack.
Well, no, when we first bought it, within the first day or two, the towel rack fell.
Yeah, that was one thing.
Cheesy, and I did a little bit of extra, and so far mine has worked, but we put a towel on it and the towel rack fell apart. The trim on the oven stainless steel thing on the handle curls up and is flopping around. Pam's already like, I want my money back. And she's right, because she didn't want to get this thing from the beginning. And
I didn't want to pay all that money. I was looking at the dollar signs, and because that's what I do, I'm kind of try to be thrifty, except for clothes. But anyway, but I didn't want to get a piece of crap either, and so.
And I kept telling her all campers are crap, even the Airstream.
We researched on the internet, and Lance and the guy at Apache told us Lance is top of the line. You're not
middle top.
Well, it's not an Airstream, but it's better than anything else. And he said people buy other brands and come back a year later and they want to trade that in for a Lance. And so I thought, Lance is going to be awesome. We're going to love it. And we do love it. I'm not going to say we don't love it, but we do not like the things that has happened since we bought this 3 months ago. I mean, if you literally think about how much money you're spending, and then you have a list.
Half a house.
You have a list of 19 things that have went shitty on you in the last 3 months.
Oh, I bet it's a list bigger than that.
I got 19. I just can't think of everything. But,
right.
You know, we got the crooked Lance sticker on the front of the camper.
Yeah.
That bugged the shit out of Mark. So he airbrushes.
Took that thing off.
He took that off and repainted it.
In our original video, Boondocking, it said, I'll tear those Lance stickers off. It was because it was like, it made it look like it was made by 3-year-olds. It was like, I mean, when I've got pictures of it, it looks, to me, it was just like, whoa. I mean, it was like, it was an inch down and an inch over, right under the windshield.
You know, it was easy to notice, but probably a lot of people don't even really care about that.
They don't care about the stickers, but it bugged the crap out of me, man. It was just like, it showed me that this thing was put together on Friday afternoon. They had to get the hell out of Dodge. I imagine it only takes them a couple hours to throw all the finished crap on these, but whatever. So, anyway, the towel rack falls off. The walls, we figure out the walls are condensating almost instantly. It's like, why is there wet? Why do I? And this is back in September when it's the weather's nice. Like right now, every time I wipe this wall, I have water on my hands.
Yeah.
I mean, why? Why do I have moisture inside my camper? I mean, people are going to be like, oh, you're a dumbass. No, I'm inside. I don't want water on my shit. I don't.
Yeah, and the closets, we noticed that when we were first starting out. I went to put clothes into my closet, and I'm like, it's wet in here.
Yeah,
I didn't
wet.
Understand
yeah,
that.
Sweating camper, Asdale. Oh, it's got the best insulated. I will say the thing does stay warm. Like, if you get it warm, I think it does retain heat better than, like, my old Terry. My old Terry, I used to pound through the propane.
Yeah.
We're still, unless I didn't switch, but this thing's fairly efficient on it. We get drafts. If you open any cabinet in here when it's cold, it's cold.
Well, my feet are cold right now, but we don't have
the heater on because I don't have the generator on. We don't have any sun, so solar's out of the picture in Phoenix for a month and a half. So,
and our awning has a beep to it, and the lights don't work.
That went bad
right away.
A couple weeks. Within a month, the awning light stopped working. The awning started beeping. Supposedly, it's a battery pack. We need, I don't know. We'll find out, but it and then when it's going
that
in,
noise.
It worked good like 5 times, and then it started.
Well, but if you remember back to when we first bought it, it didn't work, and they fixed it. So
and then now it doesn't work again.
Apparently, they rigged it. That's all I'm saying. Apparently, they just put something to quick fix to get us out of there and get our money.
Right. Oh, yeah. And then the next little thing that blew up, I don't know what, God, it seemed like we had a pretty good month. Like, it performed okay, and then, then I started noticing, the awning opened a foot within the first month. About the time as...
He woke up in the morning, and our awning was out like a foot.
Our awning was out a foot. And it's been screwed up ever since. Something happened where that awning doesn't like it. And I've got up and looked, and I read the instruction and it's saying my 2 watch batteries are bad. It's a brand new goddamn awning.
How can the batteries be dead after 3 months of barely using your
And
awning?
why do batteries have to do with my awning? Why is my awning's life dependent upon batteries?
Exactly.
Watch batteries that you have to snap a cap and pull this thing and it's glued.
I mean, seriously, we have been living in our camper, but we have not been, like, going crazy. I mean, all this stuff should not be...
The awning's only been put out maybe 10 times.
If even that.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I think we
We
used
were
it.
like,
And we'd sit outside. It was still nice out.
Yeah,
could
we
sit
listened to
out
a
there.
football game. Back in those days, it was still cool. We still got the black slag where they didn't clean. Then there's, I think when we really started paying close attention was the Smart Jack raised us up at 3 a.m. Unbelievable. It was raining just like it is now.
This, yeah.
And the Smart Jack, they're crap. They got bad switch plate covers. So the water seeps down under the switch plate. Looked like 1,000 birds that attacked it.
Well, it was like all bubbly and
It's
just kind of
crapped up. Well, the water got down under the switches and obviously shorted out my... when I park, I like to have my jack low. I like to be as low and not... We get woken up to the Smart Jack raised up, folded under our stabilizers. That's a whole nother story, man. That's like an entire video by itself.
Yeah, it was a bad night, a bad morning, whatever
But
you want to call it.
You can't really blame Lance, but this problem was known. Like, it got recalled. There was problems. And Lance or somebody still using the Smart Jack.
Right. Yeah, we don't know if Lance puts them on or if the dealer does. So,
I'm guessing I don't know. We never got our piece of paper that said everything it came, but does that come from Lance? I doubt it. I don't know. So if Lance did not put on that Smart Jack, that's not a Lance deal. That's a dealer deal. But the dealer passed the buck. The dealer passed the
back
buck.
to Lance.
They're crap.
Got it that no matter where we were, because he knew we were going to do full time, that we would be able to get this camper in and get stuff taken care of if shit went bad. So, but it's not really true.
No, you're not taken care of.
Nobody really cares. But maybe, we're out here in Phoenix where there's a million snowbirds and there's a million people that have shit
It
going on
happened
with
to
their
us when we
shit.
first... Oh, the solar on the side's bad.
Oh, yeah.
We forgot about that. That was the very first thing. I was like, solar on the side doesn't work. Called up the place. We had just handed them the cash.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, well, we can get you in December, and it's the end of September. It's like, wait, whoa, my solar on the side don't work. I need that to work because I need solar. Well, like I said, we'll get you in December. From the place we just bought it from.
We just gave them $50,000.
It's a scam. The whole camper thing's a scam. I was talking to buddies of mine that had Class A's that had to drive them clear up to Indiana where they purchased.
Electrical outlets popping off.
No, electrical outlets falling out of the wall, like popping out of the wall for no reason. Yeah, in the bedroom. Yeah, electrical outlet just out of the wall for no apparent reason in the middle of the night. Kind of like the Smart Jack raising up.
Frame rails.
Oh, frame. Oh, my God. So the frame, if I put a level... Oh, well, the dealer installed levelers that you put on the camper. People, watch your levelers if your dealer stuck them on there because they're not accurate. They
don't even have them on straight.
They didn't screw them on or anything. They were stuck on with tape, and that tape moves around.
So you don't know if those are right or wrong. You can't trust them.
So if I put a level on the passenger side frame rail, it'll show me nose up. If I take the level over to the other side of the frame, it'll show nose down. That shows me a problem. We haven't talked about the biggest problem of all that irritates us 100 times a day.
This door?
Back door, man. It didn't work. She couldn't get in the thing.
When we were looking at it, I couldn't open it.
And I said, Pam, you just
gotta
open it.
do
And I was like,
this.
wow, that is kind of like...
It was tight. Like you could barely even pull the handle.
And I even told him about that. Like, this ain't going to work for her. She can't get into this thing. She's got fingernails.
Well, it wasn't just because I have fingernails, but it was like so tight that I could not
pull. It's crap. The hinges are like the hinge is broke. The screws fall out. Something's wrong with this. We've always looked at this camper from far away, and it looks like the back of the camper, like they just like threw it on as an extra. It just, something is not right with this camper, and it's always been that way. Mm-hmm. Anyway, if you look down the body line, like if you get down really low, which I did when we first bought it, after we bought it, and I just didn't like the lines I see. I would think that thing should be a razor blade from front to back, and it's like, And if you take a level through the camper, the bedroom will be perfectly level, the bathroom will be a little bit one way, and then the back of this is like aiming uphill. This thing should be flat and level from front to back, and it's not, which tells me there's different parts of this. Something's not right. And when the jack lifted us up, if anything, it should have fixed this. It should have, I don't know. We'll find out what the warranty is on that. Who knows what they're doing here with that. We can't even get into a place to service it.
Yeah, so we're just
sitting here in Phoenix waiting on our third smart jack that's crap. The first one was crap, second one was crap, third one we got brand new out of the box, big old crack across the top. Smart jack. Whew.
Yeah,
we're not into that.
And dealing with that was really a pain in the butt. And Mark was on the phone so many days trying to get it figured out. Finally, we found one, and we went to get it, and then find out that it's still not. I don't know.
Every time we move this camper, I find a bunch of styrofoam under the dinette.
Mm-hmm. We don't even know what that's from.
I don't even know what it's from. It's like somebody took a styrofoam cup and went like this and sprinkled. And I've looked in every single thing I could ever possibly look at over there, and I don't know where it's coming from.
We haven't taken those drawers all the way out. I don't think we have.
It doesn't matter. There's nowhere possible that can be coming from. But every time we transport this thing, we have styrofoam.
Right.
Every single time we have styrofoam under, and it's not one little piece.
It's a whole bunch. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a whole, but it's like a sprinkling of like styrofoam, which I think. I don't know what kind of garbage is used in here, but it's almost like, I don't know. I don't know where it's coming from, and it's really starting to tick me off, but that's kind of a crappy
And our pantry door, like when we move, it doesn't stay locked down, so the shelves pull out.
We have a slide-out pantry. There's a cheap crap thing. And you'll push that way down in there, and then no matter what, whenever we get where we're going, it's open, and and the screws missing out of the top rail. It's all bad. I mean, it's like, I'll show you guys in the video.
Yeah.
The pocket door.
It's
got a strap button.
And it doesn't stay.
You snap the button and you just touch it and it falls apart.
Yeah.
So as we're going down the road, our pocket doors, and they didn't give me anything, and you could shove a bunch of socks or something. It's ridiculous that you design a $50,000 camper and have your pantry and your pocket doors slamming around.
Yeah.
No engineering at all there. It's just trash on that component. But we love the ladder. I'll say Lance has got the best ladder hands down of anybody. It's super solid.
Our furnace stopped working the other day.
I don't know what that was, but I hit the reset.
Fixed it.
We were starting to get pissed because of all the other problems we constantly have with everything. So we thought our heater went to shit, and that would have been the final straw. But I just hit the reset.
And
But as I was looking through the book, it was saying it was this and this, and no, it wasn't. It wasn't any of that. I just said, screw it. We got to have heat. It's getting down cold, and
yep.
we were about ready to go buy our own heater, just like we're going to have to buy everything
Space
else, but we
heater
can't
or
take
whatever.
on any more weight.
So, and then our stereo speakers are like
Trash.
dollar general speakers.
Oh, they're horrible.
They make a buzzing sound the whole time they're on. You can't even hardly hear the TV because you're hearing these other little stupid noises. And it's like, I gotta turn the TV up so I can even hear it.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. Did I say the solar on the side didn't
No,
work?
you
That was like
forgot
the very
that one.
first thing that... It's like everything doesn't work. The other funny thing is, this probably doesn't have anything to do with Lance, but the Bluetooth on the radio, it'll take your phone and you can control it while you're doing it, but then it'll forget your phone, and then
when
like
you
a
come
week
back, you
later
gotta-
it'll come back to your phone, and it's like, it's cheap.
Yeah.
Trash. Jensen, that's cheap. I like the TV.
Seems to be decent.
About like one of the best things. Refrigerator's fine. Stoves, fine. Except for the oven where the cheap, crappy thing is crapped up on that. But
Oh, our tank capacity monitor that tells us how much is in our...
yeah, it doesn't work.
It
Black
doesn't.
tank, gray tank,
It's
stop
always
working.
full. Yeah.
We're always full.
Yeah.
So we don't really know. So I just have to deal with that when I think. But I'm pretty good at it. I know like how long we can go, and we're pretty. I mean, we're kind of like pretty consistent on that crap. So I mean, I can deal with that. But still, that shit should work. But it's
Right,
cheap. It's
right.
crap. I mean, some of the nice Class A's and even fifth wheels have. Like, they'll tell you have 62.5. I mean, it's real.
Detailed.
This is junk.
Yeah, you
It's
have no
cheap.
idea.
4 dots, 1/3, 2/3, whatever. The only thing that works is our water. Our water seems to still. Thank God.
Our fresh water. It
Fresh
shows
water
us
is the
what
only
we
one
have.
that's working. I'm sure that's our fault too. I mean, who knows? Our poop's too solid, I guess. I don't know. We've tried everything with the poop thing and the gray water, but I mean, what are you gonna do? It's
Yeah.
like that doesn't work. One thing I wish would happen was the sprayer would stay on spray on the sink. I hate that it goes to that. I like the spray on the sink. That's the only thing that seems to work. I like the shower, everything in here. It's just not right, man. It's just like
So-
I see missing stain on.
We don't know what to do. I mean, we're going to have to go, we're going to have to talk to Lance about all these issues, and we're going to have to, they're going to
No, I've already tried calling them and they won't return my call.
well, we might have to camp on their doorstep and go to California where they make them and refuse to move till they make it right. I don't know what we're going to have to do, but it's really, really not good. You pay for something that you think's top quality, and then you get crapped on. And I'm a firm believer in that you stand behind what you sell. And if you can't stand behind it, then I don't think you should be doing what you're doing. Just saying. I do love this camper. I'm not gonna lie. I love sleeping in it.
If everything worked.
Yes, Mark from the bathroom. Yeah, if everything worked perfect, it'd be awesome. I would give them the 5-star rating. But right now, if you ask me to rate this camper, I've got more than 20 things that I don't like, and I've got 14 that I do like. So I would say 3-star. I'm sorry. I would rate it a 3-star.
Well, and how much stuff do we not know about? Because I haven't tore the whole camper apart.
We've only had this for 3 months. Remember that, 3 months.
Well, I will tell you when I
It was
open
brand
up.
new when we bought it, supposedly.
I will tell you when I open up stuff on the outside, I see all sorts of construction debris. Like where the drawer thing, there's leftover shit, and you open up where the heater is, and you see where they stripped all their what. Nobody cleaned anything. It's construction debris everywhere. Plastic, still got plastic sticking out of stuff they just slap this shit together just like everybody else does.
So if anybody has some tips for us as far as dealing with Lance, what to do.
Well, I guess the guy's name's Mike. Uh-oh. Weather alert, guys. Tornado, probably. We've been through one of them almost. I mean, it was somewhere around us, but yeah. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe this thing was in a tornado.
Might have been.
Before we got it. Probably was.
Could have been.
It seems like it was. Everything else is all shitty and broke and crapped up. And that back door, man, I'm telling you, something happened. That back door is garbage. It always has been. I'm the only one that can use it.
Yeah, I go out the bedroom door usually.
Yeah.
Mark fixed it so it was working good for a while.
I actually had it closed, but as being a Lance, it comes back. It's like the things like, I don't know, like the back end's all jacked up and it's twisted and with the broken vents and God knows the thing probably rolled down the interstate and they glued it back together with duct tape. I don't know. We like it. It looks good, but it's just got way too many. It's got chips and nicks all over. Like you'll find like a nick, like, did somebody take this and own this before we even got it?
So, you know, maybe we didn't look close enough at some of the things.
Somebody was in a big hurry.
I was in a no, it wasn't a hurry. I'm telling you, every weekend, hours on hours, we were looking at
we did
campers.
spend 2 months looking at every camper available to mankind, except for Airstream. And thank God we didn't go look at them, because we probably would have bought one of those overpriced piles of
and
shit.
then we probably would have had some issues. I mean, you're never going to not have issues. I totally understand that. But I would not think within a 3-month period you could have 20 plus things.
Well, you shouldn't.
Major things, not just little cosmetic things.
Well, you probably shouldn't have 5 or 6 things while it's sitting in the lot.
Yeah, true that.
You should have probably, at the dealership, should have at least cleaned all the, like, the broken light. Our dealership is bad. Like, obviously, if they let this thing go sit out on the lot, I was pointing out stuff left and right. Like, what about this? What about this? At this point, I'm wishing we would have got that one that was more expensive. The $50,000 one.
But that, I mean, who knows? That could have issues too.
I couldn't have pulled that.
Yeah, we had to kind of pull what we could pull with our expedition, and
it was sexy, man. That was a sexy camper.
Yeah, it had a huge king size bed
with a
awesome
TV,
windows, a big huge TV that came up out of the dresser.
I wish I had that right now.
That's where I'd be right now.
That's where we'd both be right now, because the only warm place in here is in the bed.
Oh, yeah.
Under the covers, nothing else is warm.
Unfortunately, if I had that camper, I probably wouldn't even get out of bed today. I'd probably be in there and just get up to pee. That's about it. Maybe get some food, but...
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know what else to talk about, Mark. I think I've said everything that's on that list, so... So here we are.
Talk about my drink. Try that.
Mark has some whiskey going on here.
Guys, if you get a Lance, you're going to need a fifth of whiskey every minute. I mean, Jesus Christ, the amount of stuff I've fixed.
Oh, I know. And the stress.
I'm going to have to fix everything.
I mean, the serious stress. I mean, I get stressed out when stuff screws up, but I'm not the one that has to fix it. So I feel really bad that he's always working, he's always working, he's always working, he's always working.
I'm always working on
Lance's
camper.
He's always working, and I'm like wishing I could help. But, I mean, it's stuff that I can't do, unfortunately. And if I was out here traveling by myself, I would just be screwed. I would be totally screwed. Sorry for my language, but I would have been. I wouldn't know what to do with that smart jack raising up in the middle of the night and